So we're sitting here with Chris Lee from the Forza team, and Chris, tell me what's new in Forza 2.
So Forza 2 basically takes what we started off with in Forza Motorsport, the original on the Xbox, and kind of from ground up rebuilds the whole thing to take advantage of the new hardware. So that's cars, tracks, game modes, everything you can imagine. We've actually kind of redone. So it's, I guess, more about living up to consumers' expectations on a new generation of technology.
There are a lot of people that really enjoy Forza Motorsport 1. What are some of the, you talked, in addition to it looking better and so forth, what are some of the key cool new features that we're going to expect with the title?
Yeah, well, like you said, it was fairly well received the first time around. So what we try to do is take what people enjoyed and just really blow that out even further. So we consider the game the most complete racing simulation experience available because we have the elements that some games have, but one or two of, and we basically put them all in one gigantic bucket, and it becomes this playground for anybody who's a car lover, anybody who has any passion or interest in cars. They can go, they can get their car, they can customize it, or they don't have to. They go out and race it, they don't have to. They can take photos in the new photo mode and then upload those to forzamotorsport.net and take those and put those all out on the web or email them to their friends. There are all kinds of things that I think make this game great, and it's not, I guess, one or two items. It's the fact that it kind of provides this really complete experience. I mean, and I didn't even touch on the racing physics. I mean, that's one thing that we felt like we really accomplished in the development of Forza Motorsport 1, the original, and we didn't want to, wholesale change that because people really, the feedback was very realistic, fun, drivable, and accurate. And so we have added a lot and revamped it a considerable amount and made it faster and better. But it's something that we didn't want to basically throw away and start from scratch.
It looks great. I mean, but looks aren't the game. You talked about some of the physics and some of the online modes, but one of the things that I know a lot of people are going to be excited about is when it ships, it's going to support this, the wheel.
Yeah.
So it's got to be great to finally have a good wheel that we're going to be able to use with a racing title.
It's awesome. The hardcore racing fan has been asking for this for a while, and the fact that we've got this wheel, and it spared no expense. I mean, if you look at it, the materials that were used, the metal, the appearance of it. This is something that you don't want to hide in your closet. It's actually a pretty cool wheel, and if you're into cars at all, you're going to notice it's got these really cool paddle shifting shifters right behind the wheel.
Yep.
It comes with the pedals, but more than just being a beautiful wheel, it's got force feedback and rumble support, and it's wireless. So that's going to be.
What more do you need?
You don't. you need a fan up above the screen to kind of blow, maybe to make you feel like you're driving. But
this it feels great, and it's going to be great to use it with the title. Tell me about some of the online modes. Xbox Live is a key part of Forza 2 Motorsports, and tell me about some of the online modes.
Well, we actually looked at online as an area for us to really expand on from the first version of the game. We have a couple of really cool new modes. I would say the biggest of which is tied to that photo mode that I was speaking of earlier. The ability to take a screenshot of a car that you as a gamer have spent hours and hours and hours tuning and customizing and making a crazy livery that really represents your style. Then being able to just email that to your friend or put it up on your MySpace page or wherever you want it to go. Your signature on your bulletin board post. So anywhere you can imagine it, it's going to get used. And so I think it really is a payoff for that user who's spent so much time to be able to kind of share that with other people. We have up to 12 cars if you just want to talk about racing online.
Right.
Yeah, you've got 12 cars that can race on screen at the same time, which is pretty exciting because it's one thing to kind of perfect your time around a lap when you're the only guy out there or when you're racing against AI. But when you're working in a dynamic flow of a large pack of cars, it's a whole other set of strategies to pass them and to keep the lead. So that's going to be something I think that people are really going to get excited about.
I'm staring at the screen right now because it's so beautiful. But one of the things that I remember from the original Forza was the amazing ability, the decaling system. So is that? I assume that's going to be back and better in the next title.
Oh yeah. That's we found that people were taking cars with we call it the livery editor,
right? And
they were literally painting the Mona Lisa on the side of their car, or they were the Hello Kitty car, or you name it. They had somebody out there had made that car.
So, but let's be clear. I mean, these were not like they were just you can't bring your you can't scan something in. They were using all the objects to basically create piece by piece the Hello Kitty.
Yeah, and it's for anybody who spent any time with it, the livery editor. It seems easy to use, and it is, but it is difficult to use it and create complex imagery.
Right.
So yeah, it basically means you would take circles and overlap them together to create a cloud, or to make
right.
a whatever shape of the character that you're trying to put on the side of your car, or animal, or what have you. So it does take a lot of thought, and taking your time and saying, okay, well, the black layer needs to go here, then the red layer goes here, then the green layer goes here, in order to create whatever it is that you want. And man, it is outrageous. And so we thought, if people are really going to spend that much time on that area of the game, we need to make it even better. So we'll actually have hundreds of layers that people can now pile onto their car to create. We can't even wait to see what people are going to create. We have some guys on the team that are amazing artists that have done some pretty cool stuff. But once it gets out into the wild, out into the consumers, it's going to be pretty cool.
It's the power of the community. So when can we expect Forza in stores?
So Forza is slated for the first quarter of 2007.
Okay, so great.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to pull over now because I need to get out. So thanks, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Larry.